There you. Whose tummy's rumbling? Right. Which one is this?
You see?
No, this is it.
Isn't this the one you have to take the side off?
Yeah, take the side off, Dave, please.
No, I think you can't you not lift this one straight out?
No.
You will. See if we get two of them.
Ooh.
Hold on, Pete.
There's nothing on there.
I think it's that one. It's got the
What?
indent there.
That's the same indent.
Is it?
This is block B.
Right.
There you go. Right.
Oh, right, you sure? Yeah, says block B.
Block B.
Fits.
Right. So do you have, oh, you've got to make stuff there.
Yeah, that's paving.
Oh, yeah.
But the next one we've got to cut the bottom out again.
So we've got to pick all the tops off?
Yeah! Hang on. No, hang on a minute. Move that. I need to put some there. We need to get the hole in the bottom of this.
Nothing to see here, move along.
No, I've got to change that. But again, this is, not knowing what I'm doing.
Well, you need it out to know it, don't you, to see it?
Yeah, well, I can do it now. Now I've got that in, that's something I can correct that.
Okay, for the record, I didn't film it and nobody knows.
Right. So this is at the back. So it's 50 mil by 130. Remember that for me.
So the bit we never filmed and never told anybody about, is this wall here coming up to the window and door on the flat. So there's a little bit of re-engineering work to happen around there over the next week, I'd say. What do you think, Matt?
Yes, there's a few adjustments to make. As you can see, they're a lot bigger close up, aren't they, Dave? Yeah.
Oh yeah, just a bit. Impressive though.
Definitely.
I thought by now we'd have learnt from our mistake and said never again, but we're gluttons for punishment.
Never say never. Yeah.
Right, so can you hold it and twist it? I've got it. Okay. Just make sure you don't twist the sides. No. Back down, yeah. Right, just watch the balconies you've got to watch. Yeah. So, what did we say?
50 by 130, I think.
130. Where's the pencil? And it must go way up. Okay, we'll do that. Okay, no. Yeah, well, at least it's done. Just watch the
Probably screws are one use only, aren't they?
No.
Hey? The screws are one use only.
Oh yeah, it's alright. I can't see him. Can't see him. I can't see the positive driving right now. Alright. There you go. That's it. Take it up. Up. You get it?
Put that down, Pete. You don't need that for a minute, mate. Shit.
Do you want me to? I've got longer arms.
Ah, shit. Right. Is that right?
The front, yeah, that looks right now.
That's right. Right, cut that, Dave, please, for me. I think that might be.
Sound there. Underneath it is different. Feel like this.
Oh, perfect. Perfect, yeah, perfect, that is.
Easy.
Right, so this is the problem with getting it in. Hang on, I got it. Looking perfect, Dave.
You know what? If the government could build houses as fast as this, there wouldn't be a problem, would there?
Oh, affordable housing.
That's the housing problem, yeah.
Built those 3 blocks of flats in about half an hour.
Where's the top one?
Yeah,
Eh? Top? Wait,
yeah, it's here behind you.
where are you putting that one? On top of that one? You want it?
Yeah.
That way might be tricky, I'll tell you that. Yeah, alright.
You'd be better off putting it on before you put it on. You reach?
He's alright for
No,
now.
we've done it.
You've got it up to the T. You don't touch it, you can't break it. Kev.
Right, put it back on.
Right, boys. Right, vaccine, yeah?
Right, yeah, we drop one of the nuts, see the nut and stuff.
No,
Plenty enough. Like that?
yeah.
Oh, I didn't see him. Didn't put one.
Yeah, it's going to be a bit of a tight one to
You in?
Actually different when you got them in, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's the whole scene.
Bloody hell.
I know the wood front coming out with it.
Do you remember as far back as last year in Chester,
No.
putting the first floors together?
No, to be honest, I can't remember.
Where's yours? Hang on a minute, Dave.
Hang on, I'll get it one. You forward.
There you go.
Easy, isn't it?
All right, yeah.
Keep your fingers out the gap.
It's necessary.
So we're not doing this because we want to see the flats in, but we want to see this because the backboard that we had at Blakemere has now changed. So we've just extended by 8 feet, but to be honest, we've also changed the way the flats sit. So I need,
The miles out of it.
so you can see how tall, and we don't want to have no backboard.
Right.
So we don't want the flats, so you can see a head behind them. So we put this in.
Oh, I know.
We'll put it in so that we can judge where the ultimate 3-phase backboard goes, and then we know where it goes. What's also interesting is
Hang on, what's going on here? They've been together. They're all together now.
you know, now you see it, you know, with the whole lot in.
Mm-hmm.
It's
very impressive.
well, to be honest, I'm still trying to get my head around it. that we've got that extra 8 foot because, of course, you have to remember, before those flats came here,
Right.
right? So this 8 foot here didn't exist. So in fact, that whole section there is on a new 8 foot. You with me?
Yep.
So where we had that before, the angle was different. The flats were a little, I think, a little closer. We've stretched them out. That means I've got to look at certain things differently and change a couple of things. You know, which is why I've put these in. And it's a good job Dave wanted them in, because I've now got to work out slightly how to do certain things.
It's not just 8 feet in length, it's the
feel.
It's the 4 feet extra of depth as well.
Yeah. And these boards aren't fixed yet, so. Dave, don't worry about it too much, because it's got to come straight down.
What?
That has, because I've got to take the flats back out. So we're only doing it to gather where your board goes. That's all I'm doing it for.
I need them level, otherwise I can't.
Yeah, but we can frig that one.
Hit that then, so that, because I think the neighbours in the bottom.
I don't want to tell you, I don't know why it's tight like that.
Push that one up. Well, just say, just take
Yeah, we're off.
Great work takes time.
We're there now. There.
There, you're there.
Well, we're high fives. It's just how it wants.
Connected, it's got to come out.
Yeah. What do you want? Yeah, it would have been.
If you, I use a lot of products for foliage, and I make most of my own. But Hickey Fleur, which is a German mat, and Woodland Scenics do a great mat. The Woodland Scenics mat is too fine.
Right.
So if you want that, I mean that's Woodland Scenics. But if you want that effect,
Right.
Hickey Fleur is the only stuff you can use. You can get it in Britain. It's expensive, but I promise you, there is no substitute for this. Where the Woodland Scenics is brilliant for certain things.
They've got me flush.
If you're doing trees and big trees, the Woodland Scenic stuff is just too fine. It doesn't give you the leaves as you want. Hickey Fleur.
Here's a bolt. Don't get in, can you?
I think you're going to be all right, Dave.
I'll have to lean it out now.
Yeah. That is spot on.
You're happy with that?
That is spot on.
No, don't move it, Kev.
Dance.
That's spot on, mate. That.
All that bit. We're going to drop off. You got that on video, I presume, have you?
I heard that is
Spot
spot on. I also heard you were right, Dave.
Right, yeah.
Put it back up. Let me take a picture. So I'll send it to Phil.
Along, that's it. Along a bit more.
Can't, that's right.
That's perfect.
Spot on that.
That is perfect.
Right, yeah. Right, I can glue them 2 blocks in.
Because Phil's moved those flats apart, the back seam won't fit that one I did. Because you're not going to cover the 3rd flat.
Oh, bit back up.
Oh, we can't do that, Dave. It looks silly.
Pete, I'm not doing any more, I'll tell you now, because I've got enough to do. I've got other vaccines to make, baseballs to make, other stuff to make. I can't keep doing work. You're going to have to let it go this time. I just spent about half a day putting that one right.
Right.
I'm going to spend another half day altering it and putting on making it bigger. In fact, I ain't got any stuff. I have to get some stuff. You've got what you've got.
It's the old song, you don't know what you've got till it's gone.
You want it strong?
You don't know what you've got till it's gone.
You cut that vaccine in half down at the blade me to do that job anyway, didn't you? Who cut it?
I can't remember, mate. I must have cut it.
On the angle?
Yeah, I must have done.
The average person looking at that won't know.
They will now because you've just told them.
Well, Pete has told them. If he kept us quiet, wouldn't know.
Shock reveal.
The thing is, as long as we cover the high ones.
Then they'll say, don't that vaccine look good there? I'm sure they will.
Are you sure? Because I was thinking they'd walk up and go, well, that's a bit out of place, that.
Yeah, I'm sure they will.
That's the main thing, yeah.
That would be...
Find out what we need to do.
That's the main thing.
We could run a competition
You
here.
wouldn't
Yeah.
think so.
Right.
really.
Spot the out of place
No,
vaccine.
and the person that gets the nearest, it's out of where it should be,
Right,
gets a prize.
okay.
Pete's going to donate a sound-fitted Acura scale loco to him.
Is he?
Sure.
Would it be a class 90?
Might be a video of one.
0043, is it? Or one, what was it?
What, 41,
What
isn't it,
number
yours,
are you,
Pete?
Pete?
What's yours, Pete? 41?
9043? 41?
Oh, I can't remember. 1-3, isn't it?
I mean,
Well,
look at
it's like Aaron said last week. They can't stop you in a red now. Right? So they just stop everything. Signalman presses the button and all the engines stop.
Right.
Well,
Once,
that's an emergency call. That.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Bring everybody in a certain
Yeah.
age, bring
yeah,
it to a
yeah,
standing.
it brings it to a standstill.
Well, so you've just gone through a green? You won't be expecting next signal will be red, will
No,
you?
but they cut your engine off. The signal stops you dead.
This
So
is
as
a
an
radio.
emergency,
Eh?
the signalman stops all trains in that area completely. So the driver has no concept, he just puts the brakes on.
He's a passenger then.
Does that mean he's redundant?
Eh?
Does that mean he's redundant?
You draw up to the next signal then, like you come to a stand and then just draw
Yeah,
up
it's
to the
It's
signal.
like the DSD pedal.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, it's like technically you don't need a signal. So as long as you've got a thing on the ground that tells you you're at a red,
Some sort of marker board or something.
well, yeah.
Call it signal, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's not a physical signal, is it?
No.
They'll make model railways a bit
To be honest, I don't know the bloody answer to that.
Well, no, but it does yet. It's not in. It's not
Well, what they're doing
It's
fast.
only a question. I don't know.
Well, they have it in the Channel Tunnel, don't they?
If you know, please tell us in the comments below.
No, I think in France it's like the high-speed trains.
Yeah, I don't know.
But they've got signals by the side, aren't they? But they're them some weird signals on there.
One of the dishes that roll about that. That sort of thing. Or is
Well, I
that
don't know. It's an interesting conversation, that. I've never even thought about it.
But what about the speed run to Glasgow from Euston? Can't that do more than
No.
125?
No, can't do
Well, that's the
110.
maximum.
Can it not?
No, can't do 110.
Why not?
It's limited.
Is it the line speed that's in?
Yeah. Yeah, you can't beat the line speed.
So the record will be how long can you run line speed for? We'll set the record.
You know, as
Correct,
your
yeah.
point of
Right.
interest too.
Without an ear cut.
When is that coming up? No, they're still doing that, I assume.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't got a final date, but we are doing
Still
it.
on, right?
Yeah, we're still doing it. Yeah, you can only run at line speed, which is one we tried last time. The problem was we went off a platform at Euston that cost us 30 seconds.
Right.
So, you know, all the guys that are in the know said, well, if you're going to go for the record, you've got to go off 3 or 4, because you get straight out of Euston. If you're coming across, you're restricted before you start.
Yeah.
I thought there was a case where under special circumstances you could exceed line speed.
No,
There's no
no,
distance.
it's automatic. To drive, you know, you can't speed.
Right.
Well, you might be out of speed for a second, but instantly it tells you you're speeding, and if you don't
Knocks you down.
respond, it knocks you back.
So when the HSTs were on the west coast, were they
Yeah,
restricted
yeah.
to 110?
Just on the Midland Rail thing.
They could do 125. Yeah.
Once you get up to the Carnforth and that, you are restricted, aren't you? With curves, aren't you? Unless it tilts, does it? I don't know.
No tilting.
No tilting now.
No, tilting trains are gone.
Are they?
Yeah. Well, new trains don't tilt.
Well, the Pendolino's don't do it.
It's not them.
But the pendulum's going out, are
It's not that advantage tilt, don't they?
they? No.
Being replaced with.
The 805s and the 807s don't tilt.
Oh, right.
No, the only tilting train you've got now is the Pendolinos.
That's what I mean.
But they're going out.
So why have they not?
They've got Pendolinos stored
So why have they not carried it on?
because they don't want tilting trains.
I suppose it's too complex.
It's too complex.
Maintenance will have taken that off.
Yes. So that's why they want. That's why they want rid of the Pendolinos, because the cost of maintenance is huge compared
Right.
with the Hitachi's,
Right.
because it's 30-year-old technology.
So are the Pendolinos being replaced with
Got to do
805?
any welding on the Pendolino, so have you?
Technically, no.
Right.
Technically,
No.
no, I'm fine, mate. No, but there's the question I ask is where they're going to store all this stuff.
Yeah.
You do this. It's talking about long Marston,
Yeah,
Marston, aren't they? Whatever it's called.
Yeah, but
There's only
They're
so
one
many
deep,
we
like.
can hold.
you've got new trains going in. Where are they going to store them?
The storm at
No, Marston and Bristol.
Yeah, that's stuff that's not being worked.
Yeah.
I'm talking about you've got all these all your Pendolinos and all the 805s and the 807, whatever they're going, coming in. Where are you going to store them? Because already they've got the yards are full.
well, the storm at bloody thing, they storm at Donington, and
Yeah,
but they're only small. Then you know, there's
but
storm all over.
they're not using them.
No.
Where are you going to store the ones we're using? That's the question. Not the ones you ain't using. That's the question.
If they're being decommissioned, when you scrap them.
Well, if you're decommissioning them, got it. But nobody's been talking about decommissioning Pendolinos. And Euston would take them out of service tomorrow if they could, because they are expensive to maintain and difficult to maintain, because it's first generation technology. 30 it's like,
Well, how can you anticipate what costs are going to be in 30 years' time? You can't, can you?
No.
It's crazy.
no, but you've got the Hitachi's. The Hitachi's are brand new. So, I mean, on the Liverpools, which I catch every week, we've suddenly gone from a Pendolino, we're an Hitachi.
Well, they're going to Chester now as well.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Suddenly they're on the Liverpools. They were only supposed to be on the extra Liverpools, but now they're on the main Liverpools.
How are they?
Yeah, the 9 o'clock is and the 8 o'clock are Hitachi's.
How many cars have they got?
7.
So they've gone from 11 to 7?
Yeah, 9 to 7, yeah.
No. I thought they had 11s as well.
Yeah, they've got 11s, but they got the 7.
Bloody hell.
Well, they double them, don't they? Like
No, listen, at the minute I can't, I've asked, I can't quite understand where we're going. We've gone, 9 o'clock I can see the peak's over, but before 9 o'clock people still want their breakfast first class. Best part of fare is 600 quid.
Do you double them up then? Or is it single?
600 quid?
Single unit, yeah. It's 550 I think.
What, first class?
Oh, hang on.
From where to where?
I had it's all double the other day at Chester.
It used to be like 110 when I used to do it.
It ain't 110 now.
I mean, it's cheap. It's more expensive than a plane ticket.
Yeah, so I go on and it's doubled.
Hang on, I'll tell you
Hang
what
on,
it
it's
is.
longer than a plane as well.
Except you've got security, but yeah.
No, it's shorter than.
Oh yeah, but I mean, I think they're
At least you know the difference between them and
That's where you're going though, because Heathrow is miles out. It's an hour on the
It's cheaper on the train. Quicker
How far is it? About 30 mile out?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's quicker on the
I
train.
know the difference between a Duchess and
An app for the parking.
Right, so first class single today at 12 o'clock, £186.50.
yeah, that's Sunday.
Sunday,
Yeah.
and that's the cheapest.
It's elitist, isn't it?
I think I'll buy it, but I could scale 31 instead.
That would be closer.
Oh,
Why'd you go with it? Trying to go with the family?
well, trains all fares gone up today, haven't they?
Have they gone up today? I thought you
Yes, no, today. All fares have gone up today by some %.
Oh, it's St David's Day.
This is rail nuts reduced to looking for train prices.
forget
on
it.
phones.
Yeah,
Because Dave wanted to know in cab signalling.
it's over
It's
50
£114
quid, I don't want to know anyway.
Blame me.
Yeah, there you go.
Usually do
It's
it.
186 foot single.
How much, Kev?
Yeah, 114 return second class. Today,
Yeah,
the next ticket, that's the cheapest, and there's some available. Do you
yeah.
want me to get you one? It's on time.
Just give us your pass, Kev, and let's swap the photographs over.
I'll answer your phone for a minute. I'll get a load.
morning, the 9 o'clock from Runcorn, first class.
I did that during COVID and soon got a seat.
£360.95.
Oh,
From Runcorn.
Runcorn to Euston,
Yeah.
Does that,
60 quid.
open return,
That's an open return.
360.95.
does that get you a microwave bacon sandwich or proper breakfast?
Well, now, if it's the early train, you get full breakfast.
Right.
If you're late, you get an aircraft breakfast,
Right.
which is very good, by the way. I don't get that, so I don't.
That's an open return as well, isn't it?
Yeah, you can catch any train you want.
Yeah.
No, it's all worked out. You've got to work. Everything's worked out about subsidy. So no railway can run without a subsidy. That's a fact. So the peak trains pay for the trains later in the day that are empty.
But you've still got to run them.
You've still got to run them. This is what people forget.
Yeah.
You can't take your car, you can't take your Pendolino to Euston at 8 o'clock, park it there and come back at 5. It's got to go up and down 3 times, 4 times.
Yeah.
And you got, I remember going back, it is going back to when we were looking at private like taking over. We worked out that after peak hour, if you sold every seat on the train at £15, you break even. But you've got to fill every seat of every train throughout the day. And then you would put your price up for the peak in the afternoon, but you could carry passengers all day at 15 quid and make profit.
Right.
But you can't because,
Got to fill it.
and you've got all the subsidies. It's a real.
You know, mate, you wonder how they ever sort it all out. It's just a minefield, isn't it?
Well, they never sorted out because the problem you've got is like, that app that you just showed me. They're spending 1.3 billion on in-cab signalling to improve. So it's like these figures, they drop out the air as if they're nothing, but they're fortunes.
Billion. Once you get a billion, Christ,
It's 1.3 billion to upgrade. That's what they're upgrading.
And for what?
In-cab signalling.
Yeah, but what advantage will it give them?
That Warrington
Satan.
signal box we
What
went
line
and
is it
looked
on?
round was built in
It's general.
1972.
Yeah.
And it hasn't been upgraded.
Well,
I went on to the middle.
Crew, when I was on the let, the crew to Holyhead upgrade was 400 and something 50 million just for signalling. Just for signalling. It's like when you come to the railway, everything's expensive.
Well, it is, isn't it? I mean, Christ, I wouldn't like to buy a mile of cable, would you? Let alone 200 miles of cable. And how many miles have they got on the overhead between Euston and Manchester?
But you think, Dave,
Thousands and
but
thousands
you
of miles.
think there would be a saving in bulk,
Economy of scale.
but there isn't.
It must reach a point where you can't go below. You've got your production costs are there, whatever it is. That's it, isn't it? You've got to cover
That's
that.
East Coast, isn't it, Kev?
Yeah, East Coast, yeah.
You see,
What's
the problem you've got on the East Coast,
Signaling.
when they electrified the East Coast,
Yeah,
they electrified it on the cheap.
right.
So the gantries on the East Coast are not anywhere near the strength of the West Coast.
Like the lattice ones on the west coast.
Well, the ones on the East Coast,
Yeah.
They like the,
if the wind blows,
yeah,
they have to slow the trains down.
Isn't it?
Yeah, to poles,
joke,
aren't they? Because the poles.
You can't get so many trains per section because
No power.
the gantries are that much further apart. You haven't got enough power.
I understand that, yeah.
And they blow, the wind moves them. Where, when they built the West Coast, it's bomb-proof.
Yeah.
It literally was,
Well, it is south of Crewe, north of Crewe, it's a bit more.
No, but I'm just saying,
Yeah.
talking about the original
Yeah.
50s, I mean, it was built on the French system. I mean, it was like,
Brexit, yeah.
yeah, and you had gantries that covers 7 tracks.
Yeah.
I mean, can you imagine them doing that now?
Yeah.
I mean, then
I mean, just think how much it costs now.
On
It
the
cost
East
the one
Coast, you
gantry.
lose one line,
It
you
must be
lose the other.
phenomenal, mustn't it?
but they all bolted together, wouldn't they? Now there was economy of scale in that
On the West Coast.
because
That's like one time, yeah.
they were doing North Sea oil at the time, right?
Yeah.
So you'll find that all of the, or
A lot of revenue.
well, a lot of the gantries are on oil pipe. So they all, in the ground,
Right, yeah.
they put North Sea oil pipe.
Yeah.
So rather than cement them all in, they used auger,
Auger.
auger, and they dropped the pipe in and they bolted them to it. You can see that it all cost. Now that saved a fortune.
Yeah.
Because you didn't have to fill it up with concrete.
No formwork
No.
or whatever. Was
Yeah. So that's if you look at the west coast, tons of the stuff is all bolted to pipe, and that's off the North Sea rigs. So there was lots of things that they did that saved money. And all the gantries bolted together, didn't they? So if you went over 5 tracks, you can see there's like 3 sections. So they were all standard. And they, if you look, you can still see to this day, particularly when you're modelling, you can see where the yards used to be. Because there's gantries that are like into they're way over there. Yeah. But it was cheaper to make everything standard and bolt it together, and not try and custom make every single piece of the overhead fit the system. Yeah. It's only, I mean, the Great Western systems cost a fortune because they've gone the other way. They were too pedantic.
Yeah.
Right, come on, let's get these flats in.